Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And away we go at the length. Return coming from the 6. Makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. And leading them out in year 9. No surprises here, partner. It is the 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson.
One thing that's pretty cool is I actually got to call Lamar's very first game as a starter at Louisville versus Florida State. And from the first snap, Kate, you just saw a speed different than anybody else I've ever seen play the position. He may not be as fast as he was then in college, but he still is electric. And man, can he make plays that very few others can.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive. And already we're seeing the mind games they can play with personnel. You talk about this all the time, Brock. Look like a passing set. Left them some room on the ground.
10, 11, heck, even 20 personnel, doesn't matter. Offensively, you get to dictate the terms. Kind of like those pitchers and catchers that once in a while will pitch backwards. Keep your opponent off guard.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. One of the tight ends in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he will not get the first, but oh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Perhaps a little misplaced sense of urgency on their opening drive. We'll find out together, and they're going for this from their own side. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he stops. The call to go for it from their own side backfires on him with a turnover on downs. And that's a great field position.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. They're going to be led out by the 11-year quarterback from Mississippi State. It's Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
It's 2nd and inches at the 32-yard line.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Another one for Gibbs. He's going to be stopped just a couple yards beyond the line, but that is still good enough for the first.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The lateral goes haywire. Live ball. And the Eagles get to it. There he goes. Right sideline. That return finally ends, Brock, as they take it all the way back into the red zone.
You know, Kate, that is just an awesome job by the defense. We talk about it all the time. Pursuit and effort, pursuit and effort. Pursue, and they rip the football away, and then the effort for the big return on the fumble sets that offense up in primo position.
Now for the 2nd time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. And they're very fortunate the turnover on downs and short field did not lead to points. They can thank their defense by putting a scoring drive together right now. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Showing some patience in their ground game early here, Brock, continuing to feed their guy despite the lack of results so far.
I know this will sound kind of silly, but you've got to run the ball to run the ball. And what I mean by that, there's no way to get this run game going unless you continue to give him the rock to try to warm it up.
Barkley again here on second. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into first and goal. A nice early return there. They're going to be more than happy with that one, Brock. And could be a huge boost to their offense if this ground game can get going at this pace.
Every offense in this league searches for explosives. How can we find it? It's often through the air, but when you get it on the ground like that, boy, is it a huge bonus.
They're going to run with Barkley. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. Man, great read by the defense there. They attacked, and they found that runner quick.
You look up run blitz by a linebacker.
Yeah.
That is in the dictionary right there.
There it is. Second and goal coming up from the 7. Now here's Lamar. He's got it. And give him about 4. Nothing beyond the catch. That hit got there quickly.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Third and goal. They need 3 yards here. They'll send a receiver left. Jackson has it. Third and goal. He's going to take this to the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith in from 3 yards. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And they go up 7-0 here early.
Cowboys nothing.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So as the Cowboys offense heads back to the field, let's take a look at their offensive coordinator, Clayton Adams. He's in his second year, was OC with the Cowboys, 8th overall as a coach in the NFL. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Gibbs. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. The Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Now Prescott. Throw secured by George Pickett. And give him the 1st down, Brock. Great results. That snap goes for 17.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking at first down here. Prescott now off the play fake. And this will wind up incomplete, so the failure to connect brings up second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Dak to the air here. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Back to throw. Here's Dak. That is caught. He's got Lamb. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, it really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On first down, it's Gibbs. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And 2 yards all he can get. It's third down. Well, you've taught me, Brock. Sometimes it works, and sometimes, like there, almost nothing from them as they just run it right into the teeth of that blitz.
The other thing, too, about that success is get ready to see more blitzes. The coordinators love to dial it up.
The Eagles go dime for this third down call. Prescott will look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back across midfield at the 49. Derek Brown. And that forces 4th down and 16.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back, nowhere to go but for a sack.
Cowboys punting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Bryan Anger on now. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Going trips left here as they get set. 1st and 10. Now Jackson. It's a screen to Barkley. These tackles after a gain of about 13. And that is good for an Eagles first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Now it's Lamar. That's on target. Puka Nacua. A good tackle as that ball is secured. Limits that gain to 8.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Great start on that first down. Only need 2 here on 2nd. They motion the tight end over. And we won't see another play here, Brock, as the clock reaches 2 minutes to go. The Eagles with the lead here at the Link. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. He's going to be hauled down after a small pickup, maybe got 4 yards there. And it's going to be a Philadelphia first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10 from the 43. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
It just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they've just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Here's Lamar. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, that's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Lasers this one deep down the middle. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Christian Gonzalez has it. And the Cowboys will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. Things sure have started out rough, and they've stayed that way through 2 drives. Maybe drive number 3 here is where we see this offense get rolling. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
At the 44-yard line.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Dak to throw. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
We put a receiver in motion left. They'll throw, 3rd and long. That's Ferguson, he brings it in. Defense gets to him, shoves him out. Gain of about 16 before they did so. And that is good for a Cowboy first down.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they could be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
Dak out of the pistol. Wow, great concentration. He brings it in with one hand. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
At the Eagles' 22-yard line.
Coming off a 6-yard completion, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Dak. Did not like what he was seeing, Brent, so he's just going to hurl this one away.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until they play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. To throw is Prescott. Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4. They're going for it. Here's Prescott. He's got it to his running back. He's not going to have it by much, but he does have it. So they convert on 4th down by about a yard. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. First down here for Dak. And he's completed just half of his first 10 passes so far following that last play. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Prescott set to pass. Finds the in route complete. And he's going to get about 3, but almost nothing after that. Tackle made quickly after he made the catch. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Third and 7 now after the last catch. Got him 3. Now here's Prescott. And he's going to go down here. Pressure gets him at the 23. There's another one for Smith. And that forces 4th down and 16.
And it's 4th down.
So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hanson, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hanson and crew, thrilled to be with you from the Orlando studios at EA Sports, and we'll keep this one short and sweet. Just one touchdown on the board so far, 7-0 at the half. Will the offenses pick it back up? To find out, let's rejoin our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Got a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Here comes the Cowboy offense for the opening possession of the third. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott. Taken in over the middle by Pickens. And a good gain here. 11 yards, it looks like. That's going to pick up a first.
As any quarterback will tell you over the course of their career, it's not easy to deliver an accurate throw if you're about to get smacked.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. They'll go right side with Gibbs. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Zach Vaughn with the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Again, it's Gibbs. Taken down after a quality gain, though, 15 yards. And that's going to give the Cowboys a first down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Markers are reset. Here we go, ball at the 44. And a good defensive play to knock that one out. So we've got second down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Throwing again is Dak. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Prescott to throw. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he's going to have just enough for the first down. That throw was short, Brock. A great individual effort. They've got a fresh set of downs.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. He's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Second down coming from Prescott. And unforced there. Can't bring that one in. That's going to go as a drop, and that means it's 3rd down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Prescott. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. So the frustration spilling over a little bit on that play, Brock, choosing to just get rid of it, even though we did have a receiver in the area.
Yeah, I think that's right. You know, I'll co-sign on that. Frustrating. It's just been that kind of ball game, just not in any rhythm. Really, the defense dictating so much.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that opening drive does something they couldn't do in the first half, partner. Gets them on the scoreboard.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Fielded at the 7. Escapes the defender. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up their among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Jackson looking to throw. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. A good tackle as that ball is secured. Limits that gain to 8.
8 yards.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Great start on that first down. Only need 2 here on second. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Play action now with Jackson. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. 4th down. Here's Jackson. Got a man. That's Nacua. And he's going to be all the way inside the 35. They hit big on that 4th down play. Well, we all know teams are embracing this more and more, Brock, but boy, from your own side on a play like that, you had better convert.
If your offense doesn't cash that check, it's your defense who's got to pay the bill. But they get it done, and kudos to them.
After that 4th down exceeded expectations, look at this, some excitement as they come up to the line. It's 1st and 10. Jackson to throw it. To the outside complete. It's Smith. And he's going to head out after a gain of 7.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. They'll pitch it to Barkley. Pop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up.
Fred Warner in on the tackle. Brought down back at the 29.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Seventh play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. Now Jackson. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
They call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
That's quickly out to Chase. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch. Being limited to a couple.
Chase. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the Cowboys' 17-yard line.
Couple of yards on the catch, leaves them 2nd and 8. Now here's Lamar. Look is there, but so is a defender. That hit forces the drop, and that's going to bring up 3rd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
He brings it in. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. They kick the running back in motion. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. What a difference a play makes. This one not working out in their favor. He's hauled to the ground. Devin Lloyd leading the way. And now this offense has a lot of ground to make up here on second and goal.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Throwing on second. Jackson. This one's caught. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Send right down the middle and good. And lead up to a much more comfortable 11 points now.
14, Cowboys 3.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. Jukes away from one. They can't stop him. And in the end, only able to get this up to his 25-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Dak to the air here. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch. Gain limited to a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Couple of yards on the catch, leaves them second and 8. Now Dak to throw. And get this over the middle to Ferguson. And they get him down after a gain of 10. But great effort on his part. Pays off with the first down.
Gain of 10. First down, Dallas.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Cowboys at a 2-score deficit. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's first and 10. Here's Prescott. That's him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Got 9 of the 10 with that last grab. Need to get the last yard now on second. Here's Dak. Pickens. Stop finally made, but well downfield. Picked up about 24 before it. And that's going to give Dallas the first down.
And a Cowboy first down.
Back to throw. Here's Dak. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
First and goal.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. And the Eagles are brought to a halt at the 10. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And that last impressive touchdown drive, well, they'll have to see if they can repeat that. They're backed up again to start this one. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's first and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Pinned down deep on your own side, Brock. You know what that defense is thinking. They want to stick it to you, but they still found a way to find a little running room there.
You spend quite a bit of time really in training camp. Not in season as much, Kate, but in training camp working on this backed-up situation. And that's exactly what you want. You want to see the ball matriculate forward. And to do it on the ground, even better.
They run it again with Bigsby. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up third down. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Again, it's Bigsby. And they only get a couple when they needed a good bit more, Brock. That's going to make it fourth down. That right there, exactly the type of havoc that a well-designed blitz can cause, Brock. Everyone's so busy picking up their rushers. That D tackle cleaned up.
Sure did. He gets his one-on-one. He shocks him with those heavy hands, knocks off that blocker, and knocks down that runner.
And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. The Cowboys offense headed out there. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. That's a catch. Jackson Smith and Jigba. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Dak out of the pistol. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Well, they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw, swatted away by the defense.
I'm not going to pretend to be a chess player, but I've watched enough to know, and enough maybe to be dangerous, Kate. And I think you get to a chess match, and you know what the next move is going to be. This defense knows shots are coming, and they were prepared.
This undoubtedly the final snap of a decided contest. One final shot here. Trying to push deep downfield. And their final effort is going to hit the ground incomplete, but no reason not to throw it long there, as this game is over. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And Brock, we all know any win is a good win, but playing against a division rival, oh, it always feels so much better dealing them one in the L column.
These are the teams that know you best, Kate, but also the ones that you know best. So yes, it is just a little bit sweeter when you take care of business in your own division.
So for Brock Huard and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the length. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
He smartly won't risk anything here. Just chucks this away. Well, they told us in our meetings, Brock, they wanted to make a statement on the very first play from scrimmage, and they very nearly got it there with a sack. Instead, he got the throwaway, but it is incomplete.
I will say, though, I think a message was still sent, Kate, because that quarterback's picking up the pieces. We know the impact those early hits can have.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to get this one ahead for what looks to be about 20 yards, maybe even a little more, and that first down. Well, he's got his early highlights, Brock, but you know he wants to add a few more to that reel before this game wraps up.
There's no question about that. Now, you want to get that century mark. That's a number that running backs are proud of, and stacking runs like that will sure help.
Prescott will look to throw. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's going to get about 3 here, almost all of it on the catch. The defense was there immediately.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Prescott set to pass. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive. This one from the opposing 40. Off the play fake, hits Prescott. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. He works it down to the 37. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Picked up a few on that first down play, so now we've got 2nd and 7. From the gun, a carry by Williams. We call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. That's Ferguson. He brings it in. He runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Gibbs now from the gun. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play-action pass to come.
Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. Back to Gibbs now on 2nd. And he gets home. Touchdown, Dallas. Jahmyr Gibbs scoring there on the 10th play of that drive. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And they jump out to a 7-0 lead.
7, Eagles nothing.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. Bringing him out and celebrating now a decade in the NFL. This is Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. He's going to be encouraged to that sideline. Gain of about 18. And that sets up an Eagles first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Play action, Mahomes. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. I'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
First down, a run with Barkley. And this run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there. All those guys lined up wide, put to good use as blockers, Brock, helping hold off that defense just long enough for a nice solid game.
I'll tell you a little secret here, Kate, but don't tell everybody. I'm going to tell you a secret. One of the first things that I watch on game tape is the effort of the guys outside. Whether that's on a just for the love of the game route where they're not getting the ball, or in this case blocking, it really does show the character of your team.
QB keeping it here, the second down option. And he comes through on the QB keeper. Give him 16 on that carry. And that's enough for a first down.
One thing I just marvel at about the QB of this era, Kate, is just how good they are in these situations, these zone reads. Their ball handling, the play action, the movement, and then the explosiveness to go get a big run off of it. That is just awesome.
From the red zone on first. And they get to him, and they're going to take him down. So that is how our first quarter is going to end. A little boost of momentum there for the defense at the end of one. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have it second down, well inside of field goal range. Throwing is Mahomes. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And he'll go down here at the 16.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down. Mahomes. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that 1st down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Elliott connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. Spins out a 1-stop. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. So as the Cowboys offense heads back to the field, let's take a look at their offensive coordinator, Clayton Adams. His group playing with this early lead, hoping to add to it as they get set here. First and 10 from the 32. Drive begins with Gibbs. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14. Now Prescott. Short pass brought in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. Now here's Prescott. And this one's going to hit the ground, incomplete. Had to work up the middle, but trouble hanging on through that contact. It's going to force 4th down.
Okay, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
Brian Anger getting the call on the 4th down punt. Brought down before the return gets far. The Eagles about set to get going for their 2nd drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He's got Devontae Smith.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around. They know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Looked like a first for a moment, but still a couple of inches left to go. 2nd down. He's got Smith again. He'll give him a fresh set of downs. That play goes for 10.
That whole operation right there, Kate, delivered with conviction. Passes have to be if you want to pick up 1st downs and keep the drive on schedule.
To the line and set. Here we go. 1st down. Toss play to Barkley. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he has it almost to the red zone down at the 21-yard line. How about 29 yards on first down? And that's good for a new set of downs.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact on a play right up the gut. But come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. And on that play, well, certainly more exciting for all of us to watch, too.
Left side into the hands of McBride. And it looks like about 4 yards on that first down play, Brock, before he steps out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Now, not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More football from the Link coming up in just a moment. Working on second down. Mahomes. This is Cox. He's inside the 10. Yeah, he's not going to make it to the end zone, but the offense set up well now thanks to that effort. It's first and goal.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Four downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley finishes off a 70-yard drive. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. Lead now up to a field goal.
Cowboys 7.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Cowboys and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First call here coming from the shotgun. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now second and 5. Dak to the air here. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And he's going to get about 3, but almost nothing after that. Tackle made quickly after he made the catch.
Textbook hitch route. He's hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Third and just 2 to go. Prescott to throw. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
They'll go with another punch, which brings Brian Anger back to the field. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Eagles taking over now late in the first half. Holding just a field goal lead. Probably going to see them play it close to the vest in the time we've got remaining. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Here's Mahomes. He can't pull this one in. That's incomplete. Second time he hasn't been able to bring in a catchable ball. Keep an eye on that. It's second down. First play of the drive, Brock. You always tell me that's always the start of a new battle, and the defense wins round one in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right?
Yeah.
You got to now put yourself in a manageable third down after lack of execution on first.
Second down, Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. They will have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
So a couple yards to go here after they picked up 8 on that last play. So a field goal game at the half. A good one so far, 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime report. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. He dodged the tackle. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So to begin the third quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Third quarter is going to start with a run by Barkley. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, Mahomes. Finds Chase on the slant. They're going to pick up 12 yards on the play, Brock. That's going to set them up with a first down. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Right back to Chase. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Coming off a 6-yard completion, here's 2nd and 4. Barkley trying this up the gut. He's got about 8 yards as he's taken to the ground. And that is good for an Eagles first down.
We see it and hear it all the time. For receivers, their favorite moment is just to go up over a DB and make a play. And for these running backs, there is nothing that beats slamming right through a tackle and getting that first down.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. They go play action. It's Mahomes. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule. You get a little something coming out of it, too.
Picked up a few on that first down play, so now we've got 2nd and 7. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. This is ahead for about 5. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
7th play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3. Looking to throw Mahomes. This one's going to wind up incomplete. He had him over the middle for a second, but he was muscled off that catch. That brings about 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Mahomes to throw for it. And they give to him on 4th down. It's a sack and a turnover on down.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
The Cowboys and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10. Enough to Gibbs from the gun. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Prescott set to pass. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Prescott will look to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Dallas sends its punching unit onto the field. Brian Anger, the one to send it away. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And there won't be a return on this one. It's out of bounds, and the mark looks to be at about the 16-yard line. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And through 2 quarters, Brock, it has been the defenses directing the pace of this game. Both offenses, got the same message during halftime. Switch things up, guys. Switch it up.
Yeah, that's not a pleasant message. It's such a dichotomy sometimes in that locker room at halftime, especially when one side of the ball is doing their job and you're not. These offenses got to get it going.
They'll start this series with an option left. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
On second down, here's Mahomes. McBride hauls it in. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
That's good tight coverage right there defensively, but even a better throw on the play. Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but I say to you all the time, Kate, completions, completions, completions.
Cowboys bringing out an extra defensive back on third. Here's Mahomes now. That's caught for the first. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. A big play for the Birds. 35 yards.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Running right, it's Barkley. Will cobble together a yard there. Brought down by Deron Bland. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Now it's Mahomes. He's got him. That's McBride. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Tight end going in motion here. 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Dump off caught by his back. Oh, he's trying to get away, but unable to do so. They catch him behind the line on 3rd down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Now Dak to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. Prescott, a quick throw, complete. Tackles with what looks to be about 3 yards. That's enough. Fresh set of downs coming their way.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold it right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down now.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Dak. That's caught by Williams. Hit there, driven out of bounds. Gain of about 8 before it. And that is good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Prescott takes off with it. And give him 4 yards before he stops, Brock. It's 2nd down.
Jalen Ramsey brought him down. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Cowboys trail by a field goal. This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Dak. And he gets it away, but nowhere close to that target. Incomplete. Quick thinking just to get rid of it there, Brock, but no chance. It's 3rd down.
The good news there is he got the ball out of his hands and did not take the sack. The bad news is he's got to collect himself, regroup after that big hit, and make sure they find a way to execute.
Running back motions right. Throwing now. This one's reeled in downfield by Ferguson. There's the stop, but 22 yards given up before it. And that's going to give the Cowboys a 1st down.
1st down, Cowboys.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Go to the right side is caught by Ferguson. And no shot at getting upfield after making this catch, so give him 1 on that short completion.
Maybe it wasn't the chunk play, the explosive play that the previous catch was, but I'll tell you what this kind of reception does. It just sets the table for everybody else. I always believe in building that game from the inside out. You get your tight end involved, you get everybody involved.
Nowhere to go with it, so let's just not throw this one away. All right, so trailing right now, looking up at the scoreboard, Brock. Can't afford to be too picky, but it did look like getting rid of that football was the right call there.
Yeah, you live to play another day. Now, the key is you've got to take advantage of this day to come.
No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. Looking to throw it. And this time he's not going to be able to hang on. Far from his first look on this series, Brock, but drawing some extra attention as a result. That hit is going to force 4th down.
They are officially left now clinging to one final lifeline. And for me, you know the situation. Players, not plays. Get your best player the ball on the most critical down of the game.
A 46-yard attempt.
Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. This return starts at the 5. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
That incompletion right there, Kate, it does stop the clock, and it gives you a chance. A chance to get in that huddle, regroup, and make sure you just fire your best shots here down the stretch.
The clock inside of 50 seconds now. 2nd and 10. They send Nakua in motion left. 2nd down, Mahomes. And can't find a connection on 2nd down. That incompletion means it is 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he is to throw. And he's not going to escape this one. They take him down late in this ballgame. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Look at that power, deep left side. Had it for a moment, but the hit jars it loose. Fortunate, Brock, that it did too, because it would have been a big strike otherwise. Instead, just 2nd down. Well, this defensive battle just continues, Brock. They have set the tempo, been the dominant factions in this game, and that's only growing with every incompletion.
Kate, the results have been the same, but these are a couple different game plans, right? By these 2 different defenses, but both of them smothering and suffocating.
2nd down, here's Dak. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
I certainly don't mind completions nor getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands in a hurry, but that one was way too predictable as it goes backwards.
Might be time for 2 plays if they're quick here. Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime. Now hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. First throw of overtime. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be hit almost immediately after making the catch. So this is going to be about a 6-yard pickup.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
Coming off a 6-yard completion, here's 2nd and 4. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Defense gets there after a gain of 5. And it's going to be a Philadelphia 1st down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Motioning the tight end now. To the air, Mahomes. Go right side, and McBride has it. Taken down, but not before he picks up 11 on the play. And that sets up an Eagles 1st down.
Always a fun race up here in the booth between quarterback and receiver to watch. Who sees it first, that opening? If a receiver wins it, that hand's going up in the air, he wants it. Quarterback wins it, passes out before he's even looking for it. And when they both recognize it, you get that. You get a 1st down.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Throwing is Mahomes. It's a screen to Barkley. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
All right, needing 3 yards here on 3rd down if they want to keep this opening drive of overtime going. Here's Mahomes. And the Russians going to win this rep. They get to him. And it's Parsons again. And that's going to bring up a 4th and long. 13 to go.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And in overtime, he needs to make this a good one. And this one's away and looking good. Nice angle on this one, headed towards the sideline. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes the stand, and the other side gets a chance to go win it.
Offense to the line. Trips left. Here comes 1st and 10. Now it's his turn in overtime. We'll get this over the middle to Ferguson. And he's going to be hit almost immediately after making the catch. So this is going to be about a 6-yard pickup.
This difference maker, well, he's up to 5 catches now for the game. And what I love about this, Kate, these are the contested catches. It may not show up as a lot of yardage, but these are the kind of catches you gain trust with the quarterback, and much more importantly with the rest of your teammates.
2nd down coming from Prescott. He can run it. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
New set of downs for him. He'll start at the 38. To throw is Prescott. Here comes the pressure, and they take him down. Got him at the 31. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout, as they'll be left with just one more to work with here in OT.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Some work to do here. Need to make some progress to get in range for that game winner. Here's 2nd down. After the sack, Dak. The throw left side, caught by Smith and Jigba. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
5 yards.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
To throw. Out wide, it's Pickens. This is going to go for a gain of about 9. Knocked down in most spots, but here, he's short of what they needed. It's 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Ooh, some excellent English on that punt. This one makes it all the way to the 6 before the team touches down. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. Each offense has had a chance to score now, Brock. Neither one could, so we're in a sudden death. The next score wins it.
And wouldn't it be great, Kate, if we saw one of these defenses just take a turnover back for the winning touchdown? Really just surprise everybody here.
Love
that. It'll be a little tougher to do now, though. Both offenses a little more settled in, and you've got to imagine a little more sense of urgency.
Mahomes. Quick slant taken in by Nakua. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. Got 9 of the 10 with that last grab. Need to get the last yard now on second. They go play action. It's Mahomes. And they're going to get to him. They sit him down at his own 6. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be unable to stop the clock again here in overtime.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
This is a tough spot to punt. Got to convert here on 3rd down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Now to throw. It's caught. Chase has it. And he's going to get this one ahead for what looks to be about 20 yards, maybe even a little more, and that 1st down. So we still can't decide a winner in this one. Let's reset that clock and do it all over again. What do you say? Another overtime is coming your way. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And the stop is made. 1st down coming up. It's a gain of 11.
11 more yards. That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. They go with Barkley here. Crosses midfield, still going. And he gets this all the way inside the red zone, down at the 19. A big play in the biggest moment of the game. 43 yards.
43 yards.
Look at how long he held off that defense before they finally got a hand on him, and they hauled him down.
Breaking out of tackles? Sure, that's nice, but avoiding defenders altogether, that's even nicer and easier on the body, and you know his teammates love that breakaway threat.
And now the entire game rests on his next kick. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.